Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest provider of mulch and topsoil and everything else you need to get your yard looking like, well, like the Vanderbilt estate. 631-756-1125. The address is 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, right in Long Island, serving the entire tri-state area. And the website is omnitruevalue.com. Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini is our other sponsor, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, also in southwest Suffolk County. 631-957-5106 is the phone number there. And the website is liholidaylighting.com. So we obviously have seen a change in air mass today. We've got clear skies over central and northern New England, that drier air trying to push southward, but the old front is weak and it's kind of stalling out to our south. A little bit of a frontal boundary setting up there, and that's why you're seeing these patchy clouds. And that cloud cover actually is a lot thicker as you head down into southern Pennsylvania, southernmost New Jersey, down into Maryland and Delaware. And those clouds, at least for now, are sliding down to the southeast. But what we're going to see is a transition back into hot air, and that is going to get here for Wednesday. So Wednesday is pretty much going to be a repeat performance of yesterday, when we saw temperatures up around 90. But I think we actually could go a little higher on Wednesday, that we could easily hit low 90s in many locations, including coastal areas. And I wouldn't be at all shocked to see a 94 or a 95 pop up in one or two spots. Meanwhile, right near that frontal boundary, you're seeing some showers and some even a few heavier showers, and maybe even a thunderstorm in there on the radar from 10:30 Eastern time this morning in southwestern Pennsylvania, and some showers even extending into parts of south central PA and down into Maryland and Virginia. This should weaken some as it goes through the day. There might be some stronger cells that hang back in parts of West Virginia and Western Virginia, where the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon and this evening. You also have a large area of slight risk up the western plains and then turning northeastward toward the western Great Lakes. For tomorrow, we're looking at marginal risk in just about the same place to the west, not seeing any indication of any general thunderstorm activity from northeastern Virginia on up into southern and central New England. On Wednesday, with all that heating, and the dew points are going to come up, so the humidity is going to come up. We also have another cold front coming down, and there's a large area of marginal risk being indicated from Indiana eastward to much of New Jersey, and then going northeastward up into Maine and as far south as northeastern Virginia. We might see a little upgrade here, maybe a little slight risk, an area of slight risk being put in. And this is all going to be wind as far as what to expect. These thunderstorms will be perhaps gusty wind producers and not much more. Still kind of lacking here in the rainfall over the next 7 days, looking at about a quarter to a half an inch in most areas. Some areas inland, back through Pennsylvania, down into the Delmarva Peninsula, Maryland, and northeastern Virginia. You start to get into some bigger amounts spread out over the next 7 days. Of course, we'll be watching a weather system at the end of the week that will probably put down the bulk of this. Still seeing rains in the plains, and sizable rains, some areas getting 3 inches or more in the central plains over the next 7 days. So let's run you through the latest NAM model. And of course, what's happening here is we have this cool high that came in quick, and it's going to go out quick. By this afternoon, it's off the coast already. So winds are going to start turning around more to the south and then the southwest. You see all that precip that's back through Pennsylvania into northwestern Virginia gradually disappears. So this this warm front or old frontal boundary is just going to pretty much die out, and the high takes over. We'll see it really in total control here on Wednesday when we start to get into a west wind, and that's ahead of the next cold front. And you can see how the NAM does produce some showers and thunderstorms up in New England, upstate New York, parts of Pennsylvania, and then that front moves southeastward. We'll see how these cells ultimately form and where they wind up. And then the front will go by, and here comes the next low. And this is going to be the big question with regards to the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Thursday looks like a good day, but the big issue here is this shortwave trough that you see back in parts that's swinging out of the northern plains, and it's going to come out eastward. And you still have this action in the northern part of the jet stream. If that northern part of the jet stream were strong enough, it would suppress everything to the south. And this is what the European model is actually showing us, which means that we'll probably get into some rain later Friday into early Saturday morning, but then the whole trough just drops southeast and offshore, and weather conditions will probably improve somewhat for Sunday into Monday, although there's another weak trough that approaches late in the day on Monday. But it would suggest, at least from the European standpoint, a much more optimistic view of the holiday weekend. The GFS, as always, you have to have one model here that's always showing you something that's totally different from the others. And what that model is indicating is that this trough that comes into the eastern part of the United States, and you see it here in the northern plains. This is Thursday night into Friday morning. Instead of moving right along, the northern jet pulls out, and this trough just kind of drops in to the central Appalachians. Little upper low forms there in northern Virginia, and this would suggest that we would get rain Friday night into Saturday, and then lingering chances for showers Sunday right into Memorial Day. I'm kind of leaning on the right now, let's call it cautious optimism with regards to the holiday weekend, thinking that we'll get this first shot of rain on Friday. You see it here, moving southeast with the low that runs across lower Ohio, redevelops down in Virginia off the Delaware coast. And this is where the GFS kind of hangs that system right along the coast. Part of it goes out, part of it hangs back. And you see that it produces some spotty showers there, maybe even a steady period of rain, southern New Jersey down into Delaware and eastern Virginia. But if we get something where the northern part of that jet stream is a little more suppressive and it pushes everything further south, it kind of flattens everything out, I think we'll have a much better outcome for the holiday weekend. Usually Memorial Day holiday weekend is the one where you lose at least one day with regards to rainfall. So for the rest of today, clouds, some sun. You go further south, it's clouds really being stubborn. Temperatures mostly 60s, maybe a few spots get lucky and hit the 70-degree mark. Tomorrow, it'll be 70s for most areas, but you head down southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, point southward, it'll be in the 80s. And here's the hot day on Wednesday, with many areas at least into the lower 90s, those 90s extending up into central New England. And I wouldn't be surprised to see areas from New York City, around Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, right on the I-95 corridor, the big cities, that you could see some temperatures getting up to about 94 or 95. And so we're talking about near record high temperatures again for Wednesday, much like yesterday, only it'll be maybe a couple of degrees higher. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 6317-561-125 for the best prices in town, omnitruevalue.com. And Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs, whether you want to get your home decorated by someone or maybe you want to do this as a business. They're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time, so be sure to tune into that. We'll have all the afternoon models, and we'll go over everything and see what our latest opinions are with regards to the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Have a great day, everybody.